Excellent.
Hooray!
Yay!
Everybody's happy.
And now Jacob's doing his anime face.
Oh, I thought he was taking a dump.
The both.
Classy, real classy, Jacob.
Yes,
Oh,
nicely taken.
I know my comment was classy.
Yeah. Anyway, Jesus Christ!
Who was that?
All right.
You really need to mute your thing, Ryoga. You can mute chat conversations. I know that.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll do it. Okay. Can I now give us the intro to who we are?
I guess so.
Go for
All
it.
right.
I don't even know who I am.
Welcome to the brand new Master Toons podcast with me, your host, George Vaughn. Joining me tonight are Thomas, Ryoga, Preto, Jacob, and Clint. And once again, for his third time joining us, how are you all doing tonight?
Yay, we're good.
I'm doing fine. Your blood pressure seems to be a tad high, though.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyway, tonight, and now Thomas just joined us again.
Sorry.
All right, it's fine. Anyway, tonight we will be talking about Lauren Foster dropping Medusa, Chris Vachia, I don't know, something involving a brand new Hey Arnold movie now in development. One from Nick.
I believe he's pronounced Fiscardi.
Okay, Fiscardi, what Clint said. And we'll be also talking about the Finding Dory trailer, which dropped a few weeks ago, but I forgot to talk about. And starting off, we're going to be starting with the Finding Dory trailer. For those of you who don't know about this, Finding Dory is, of course, a sequel to Finding Nemo. And Finding Nemo was released in 2003. Because I was 5 when I saw that, and it's going to be directed and written by one of the film's directors, Andrew Stanton, and will follow, of course, the main what happened to her. Released, I believe, summer of next year, and we have an official trailer for it. And what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Shite.
Way to be blunt about it.
I'm not too sure yet. It's actually, you might be right. It might be an Arashite, but it looks like it's going to be one of those sort of films that are designed to be like carry on. So what is Dora? What is Dora's family? Why has a missing memory? Why is she like what she is? It's opening a new door just to sell products.
Practically.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah, when I saw the trailer, I was kind of apprehensive about the movie because I'm always apprehensive about sequels to big films. Like, what can you do from here? What can you follow up with? And I do believe that there was growth for Dory if they were going to make the film about her. The trailer was interesting. It didn't reveal too much. It just showed, that the main focus is going to be about finding Dory's family and maybe her backstory and what happened to her to get to that point. I will be honest. When I heard the frickin' soundtrack to the trailer, I was just like, "Oh, that takes me back," and I was just like, "Oh man, I'm not going to be able to hate this film, am I?"
Yeah.
But I am. But you never count me out about hating something because boy, do I ever persevere when it comes to that. But when I saw the trailer, well, then I'm the king adjacent.
Good point.
When I saw the trailer, I thought it was the thing about it. What I really took from it is it's amazing to me that the original Finding Nemo looks just as good as this one.
Oh, yeah.
Finding Nemo may have the most lasting power of any Pixar film when it comes to the animation. When you look at like something like Toy Story's jump in animation from film to film, it's incredible. When you look at something like Finding Nemo, it looks just like it did before, and that is a testament to how ahead of its time Finding Nemo really was in animation quality.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty damn incredible.
Agreed.
As far as the movie goes, it could suck, because a lot of Disney sequels do indeed suck. I'm hoping that this one is good because, again, it does have a window. It's not like Cars 2 and Cars 3, where, like, where the hell do you go from the first one?
Yeah.
There is a window here, in my opinion, where you can branch off from the first movie and really do something here.
Yeah. Jacob, your thoughts?
My thoughts tend to be give or take the same. I mean, there is a chance that this could work. When I first watched it, I had no real opinion on it. I just kind of was going a bit blank, which was a little bit worrying for me. But at the same time, I just look at myself. Well, at the same time, this could work. Like there is a lot of potential here.
Yeah. Well, it might just. I can guess the story already. The story is she wakes up trying to find her family, found the family. A, she got banged on the head when she was a little child and got bullied up by other fish. She ran away, she bumped her head, and she forgot where her family was. She went off wandering, found Nemo, and here we go. It's round in a circle. That's how I think it's going to end up for us.
Wow,
That
you.
I
If that's the plot of that's the actual plot they're actually going to do, I may have to come on to Britain and strangle you for ruining this fucking film for me.
No, that's what I guess. That's what I guess.
If it's your guess is right, just say goodbye to that throat.
Sorry, but
The
that's
one,
what
we're gonna take a bite to
that would
tackle.
do.
I think the one thing that helped this movie with the trailer is many people, when they first found out this movie, they thought, is it just going to be a rehash of the plot, except that they have to rescue Dory? But it doesn't seem to be going down that route. It actually seems to be playing on the title of Finding Nemo. But instead of finding Nemo, like rescuing him, they're trying to find Dory, as in like Dory herself, her backstory, her personality,
Or Dora
basically,
family.
like finding out what happened. Like, it's a nice play on the title, which I like. They're changing the plot up just enough, but keeping the, whole finding theme relevant, and I like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That sounds very good, actually.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and again, in terms of Disney sequels, I think you can only go up in terms of the quality. There's just been a lot of bad Disney sequels. There have been good ones, and the
Yeah.
good ones, to me, usually come out of Pixar when their names aren't Cars,
Yeah.
because though people hated it, I didn't really have a problem with Monsters University.
I like
Oh
Um,
no, that was
I
okay.
I didn't have a problem with. I mean, of course, I love Toy Story 3. I didn't really have a problem with 2. It was fine, but I think 3 was good. Uh, and overall, I'm pretty sure The Incredibles 2 is going to be incredible. Like, that's me.
Oh, that pun was
Yeah.
terrible.
No,
Of
no,
course,
no.
it was.
Yeah, because they have to make it more incredible because the problem is right when the Incredibles did come out, it
Hmm.
was the most what's the word the most experienced one they have ever had. I mean, as in it was the most groundbreaking,
You
very
could
Yeah.
say they
groundbreaking.
did the most with it,
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
terms of especially like the action scenes and such.
oh yeah,
And it's
It
also
was
the first
yeah.
Pixar movie that they brought someone in that wasn't a part of Pixar beforehand.
Yeah,
mm.
Brad Bird. And speaking of that, just a small tidbit. I'm pretty sure you probably talked about this in other podcasts, but Brad Bird said after The Incredibles 2, he wants to do another 2D animated movie, and many speculate that it could be The Iron Giant 2.
Mm. Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't know how to
We
feel
don't
about that.
know.
I
to
think
be
I
fair,
think the project I would love to see by him was the idea of doing. I think it was. I can't remember who said this, but I think it was maybe him about doing a 2D animated horror movie or something like that. That would be
he could
fascinating.
Oh yeah.
he could probably excel at that because Brad Bird kind of he has good implications of horror, like the Ratatouille scene where Remy's dreaming about ego. That was pretty unsettling.
Yeah.
The Iron Giant himself could be really unsettling, like when he got into like attack mode and shit.
Yeah.
And Incredibles overall, they weren't really they weren't
Like the scene
what's
where
the
Mr.
word?
Incredible discovers that Syndrome's drones have murdered hundreds of supers in the past, because they're
Yeah,
not just like
I mean,
gone; they're dead. Like exterminated,
yeah,
exterminated,
that's
exterminated, dead, dead. And these supers are gone. They have ceased to be. They have gone to go and meet their maker. They are stiff, bereft of life. They rest in peace. If you didn't shoot them down to the ground, they'd be pushing up daisies. They're off the twig. They've kicked the bucket. They've run up and got the choir invisible. These are ex-supers.
Fuck, I forgot to pick them then.
No, but
That was pretty well. That was a good standing ovation there.
yeah.
What I was gonna say was though is yeah, when it comes to Pixar too, they're not very stingy on death.
Yeah.
I mean, look what happened in Up.
Look about Kinino. Oh, what's his name? The baddie in Incredibles. What's his name?
Syndrome.
Syndrome. That's it. Look at
Yeah,
Syndrome.
the,
He got sliced up by an engine.
And there's God.
Yes, and
No
done by
capes.
a cape.
No capes.
No
Of course,
capes.
you guys have completely forgotten the most unsettling thing about Brad Bird's career, the entirety of Tomorrowland.
They wanted to bring it down more darker routes. If I can remember rightly, they wanted to bring it down a more darker route, but they had to delete the scene because they said it was going to go too dark, and they still wanted a PG, and they didn't want to make it into a PG-12 or PG-13.
All right.
I believe Tomorrowland was the worst grossing film of 2015 so far, followed closely by the Pan movie.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure Fan Foresight is somewhere in there.
I watched the Pan film. It was okay. It was a very good, interesting take on the story of Peter Pan, because you're thinking about because I watched it and I was entertained, but it was changing the subject. I mean,
Oh, my friend had a very scathing review of the Pan movie. Trust me.
yeah.
How do we go from talking about Finding Dory to talking about Pan?
I don't know. This is a chat through. You have no idea what goes on.
Nope.
Well, overall, what can we say about the Finding Dory trailer? It revealed a bit more, showed the animation. The animation's still great. The soundtrack still sounds great. The voice actors are still there. They sound great. The banter between Dory and Marlin sounds the same as it ever did. But overall, we have to see how the movie progresses and how the overall plot looks to form a whole decent opinion on it. But as a trailer, I think it did its job.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. My opinion on Pixar has been mixed, to say the least, over the past couple of years. I actually have recently been rewatching a lot of their films. I recently just got done watching Up last night, and I don't know. I've been indifferent to this idea for a while now, but upon seeing the trailer, I'm hopeful. I'm just hopeful for the best because I love it. I think Andrew Stanton might actually be my favorite Pixar director, so might as well see what happens, and I just hope for the best.
Agreed.
All right. Moving on to our next bit of news. Any bronies here? Just gonna ask right now.
Yes.
No.
Kind of, in a way, yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of the show. If that's what considers me
I'll tell you something now. I am just a slight one, as in I like watching the fan videos because I got some very dark fan pics. I love.
Wow.
Very dark.
Hey, the show is all about creative expression. Like in terms of the fandom, it's all over the place, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But anyway, the show's main creator, Lauren Faust, was originally going to be directing her first feature film called Medusa for Sony Pictures Animation.
Ooh.
Isn't that great?
Excellent.
Too bad she just dropped the project.
The Fire Nation attacked.
Wow.
Yeah, turns out she had to drop out due to creative differences, I believe. I can't remember exactly why. But now the project is left now in development hell. Practically.
Well, it's funny because I didn't really hear much about Lauren Faust doing this project until now. So to see that she got it and then she got kicked from it, it's really disheartening. But it's funny because this literally just happened not like a few months ago with Genny Tarkovsky with the Popeye movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with animated movies and directors, but The Good Dinosaur, Popeye, and now this. It's like the directors just are not clicking with the studios right now.
I'm not clicking with Sonic Picture Animation, for my understanding.
Well, Sony's been kind of all over the place in terms of their movies and like how good they've been. I mean, they're making I believe they're making an Emoji movie at some point too.
Oh, Christ almighty, I forgot about that.
Oh, I'm glad I reminded you. Anyway, but yeah, when it comes to like just overall the direction, especially with Sony, because I guess Popeye was a Sony film too. Uh, they're just not clicking with the studio, and it's starting to show here.
Yeah,
Honestly, George, are you really surprised by the Emoji Movie? I remember a few weeks back, I told you about Christian Mingle, the movie.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Well, you don't remember? I told you about this. Like it was before the podcast even started. There was a movie based off Christian Mingle, the website.
oh my god, I remember that.
That was much more impactful with the spoon of I want to say macaroni and cheese waving around on the screen there.
Oh my god, wow, I completely forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
But
Literally, Jesus
overall,
Christ.
it is sad for Lauren Faust because she really knows how to, at the very least, create a world of characters. Like she knows how to make a world and make it very interesting and make it very inviting. Because she did it with Powerpuff Girls, she did it with Foster's Home, she did it with MLP, and it would have been really interesting to see how she did it with a movie, but I guess something happened with Sony. I don't know if it was the story, I don't know if it was creative, I don't know if it was money, I just know something went wrong, and now I guess Medusa needs a new director.
Yeah. Which is interesting because this project was, I believe, initially her idea, so I'm interested to know what the new director they might bring in will bring to it. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
was really excited because I felt like this was a good opportunity for a lot of directors and animators to actually branch out, especially from like television animators from like the Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon age, finally branching out into feature films. And
well,
apparently,
at least the Adventure Time movie's getting a big screen debut. So
Oh, Black Cat Frodo.
Oh, shut up, Jacob.
sorry to say, Proto, you're just kind of the bitter cynic in this podcast. You just
Can you
hate.
blame? Can you really blame me?
Well,
I'll take that as a no.
no.
Griffin, stop cursing.
Anyway, I love how well timed those beeps are. Yeah, it's a shame because it probably would have been. I don't know how good of a movie it would have been, but I do trust Lauren to make a good movie. So I guess now it all depends on maybe she'll go help the MLP movie, which is going to be a big screen movie. Uh, get off its feet or something. I'm not sure.
It's already.
I know she's
Go on.
working. I know she's working on Wander Over Yonder right now with Craig, so she still has something. She was trying to get her own series off the ground, but it never after MLP. But I don't think it ever took off, or nobody wanted it. So
I
I'm
know
not
that
sure.
she's working on a fighting game right now, isn't she?
Uh,
Them's Fighting Birds. Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Um, Overall, though, I wish her the best, and as her in terms of whatever Medusa does, The Good Dinosaur went through a complete revamp of plot, and it still did, in my opinion, serviceable. So I don't know if Medusa will completely fall apart due to this, or if it will, maybe it'll do good with another director. But I wish the production of the movie and Lauren the best. Sony, get your shit together because your directors are walking out on you left and right.
yeah.
Yeah, they're people are stealing them. As in because they are very good. They're just getting offered a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
What joy.
What joy, indeed.
It's true. It's true. It's like what is it? It's like people are getting offered money. It's like saying if you get offered if your one studio offers you 5 grand and then another studio offers you 10 grand, what would you go for?
Good point.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I'm just giving you a heads up, and I'm thinking they got like loads of budgets as well. Oh bugger! They got loads of budgets as well.
But budgets and buggers all around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, it is what it is. I just hope hope the movie and Lauren both end up doing doing well.
Yeah, I just hope for the best.
Yep, I agree.
Anyway, moving on to the bigger news of this past couple of weeks. Clint, do you want to introduce this news?
Oh yeah, it's my time to shine.
Yep.
Uh, so it's been confirmed by uh, Nickelodeon and Craig Bartlett by the main article being Variety.com, but it's been all over the place now that Hey Arnold is officially coming back.
Yay!
The details are this. It will be a movie. The movie title is not yet revealed, but it's assumed to be the Jungle Movie because they said it will pick up right where the series left off. The biggest question of where Arnold's parents are will be answered. Everything, there will be writers returning, voice actors returning. The original soundtrack, I assume, will be back. There is no date set for it to premiere because I don't know if Craig's still working on Skyrat right now, but Craig will be manning the ship, and Hey Arnold will be coming back to finish what started. I've heard rumors that there might be some slight changes in animation and a couple new writers, but I'm fine with it as long as Craig's on it. He's the creator. He knows what the plot is. He knows what the story is. He'll point everybody in the right direction. He's one of the best creators I've ever seen. He gets the mindsets of children and what they can handle and what they can handle down to a T. He he hasn't had many bad episodes of Hey Arnold. There's been a few, but the show is one of the best animated shows still on, even with stuff like Gravity Falls and Steven Universe and stuff on my lists. Hey Arnold is still up there. It's still a great show. It still holds up. Some really great morals, really great character development. And if it shines through here, so be it. As far as we know, only a movie is set in development. There might be a series, there might not be. Maybe they're testing the waters. It will be a TV movie. It won't be big screen, as far as I know. But it will be the first animated Nickelodeon movie, unless I think Skyrat might actually be a Nickelodeon movie as well. So they're really starting to get back into that. The Scardy guy who is manning the revival of this is the president of revivals of Nickelodeon. I don't know the exact title, but it's a new title. He oversees the production and possible revivals of classic Nickelodeon shows, and this is basically his first big move as that um, at that position. And basically, yeah, the movie will be happening at some point. Craig will be at the helm, and basically people will be returning. I'm sure we'll get to know more as time goes on, but overall, Hey Arnold's back. All the people who were moving to get it back for over a decade, they've succeeded. We will be getting the Jungle movie. Now, please, Nick, don't screw it up.
You know
Yeah.
they're going to, right? You know they're going
Well, with Craig at the helm, I think it'll be all right because with they when Cora was on the bat with on was when Cora was playing, Bright was still at the helm and that still did really well. When it comes to
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Some
when it
people,
comes to a show, I think if the creator is at the helm, it won't go off the rails too much because he's the one that understands the characters. He's the one that understands how they're written. And as I said, Craig is really really good at what he does, and he always has been. So I don't think he will produce. He won't let something be shit. He'll make this what the people have been waiting for.
Yeah.
As far as other shows being revived, there are none revealed yet. They're looking into some specific shows. They said not every show is going to get a revival. But in terms of Hey Arnold getting the movie and Invader Zim getting the comic, it's safe to say that other Nickelodeon classics will see the light of day again in some fashion. Whether
Yeah.
I would
whether
love
it's
to
a
have. Yeah, I would
whether
love.
it's a movie, a special, a spin-off, something will happen with some other Nickelodeon shows. Maybe even like live action, like Drake and Josh or Keenan and Kel, because Keenan and Kel have been talking about having a reunion special of some sort. Keenan's been appearing on the Splat bumpers from what I've seen, so he's starting to get back into Nickelodeon. So all that's been reuniting at cons. So overall, like there is an active movement, even if it's kind of debunked by the Splat being on Teen Nick, to see these classic shows come back to Nickelodeon, and I think that is Nickelodeon hitting the panic button as well, because a lot of their new shows are not working, they're not drawing. The highest rated shows on Nickelodeon are SpongeBob and, yes, George, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh my God! Oh, yeah.
Wait, doesn't mean Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Say that again.
Oh
Say
God!
that again, Jacob. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
What?
Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'll say it many times as I want to.
But basically, yeah, those are the highest rated shows on Nickelodeon. So it's getting to the point where I think Nickelodeon has to win some of their fan base back, because a lot of their fan base has turned sour on them. There is a lot of the support Nickelodeon has is very short and very not organic.
Right.
A lot of the hatred Nickelodeon gets, they either ignore or they're oblivious to it. So Nickelodeon, they know it's there. They have to know it's there. They're not that dumb. I have to believe that they're not that dumb, that they have to see all the negativity that their shows get and continue to get.
Yeah.
So I have to think that the Hey Arnold movie is a way to try and salvage what has arguably been the worst year of their company's history. I've watched this year from start to finish. I have reported this year from start to finish, and it has been an absolute dumpster fire. From the horrible summer that they had, from the Kids' Choice Awards dropping over 1 million fans,
Oh.
from the Olsen twins Vault Buy debacle, where they aired frickin' Olsen twins shows on Nickelodeon like anybody gave a shit, and they did some of the worst ratings in Nickelodeon's history. It's been really bad. I've just watched this network get worse and worse this year. The ratings are doing horrible. SpongeBob has even fallen below the 2 million mark, and that is really bad because it never did that before.
Don't forget the Coggy and the Cockroaches controversy.
Oh yeah, Boobgate. That was great. All of their third party, except for Alvin, sorry George, has been not great. They've tried to rely on third party content for the majority of the year. Their only debuting cartoons this year were Harvey Beaks and Pig Goat Banana Cricket, and Pig Goat Banana Cricket has not gotten any ratings since it debuted. I mean, usually I'm used to a show getting good ratings and then falling off, but now even Nickelodeon shows aren't getting that. They're falling off immediately. Pig Goat Banana Cricket got no ratings even after a KCA bump. Like, they were right after the KCAs, they were right after a new SpongeBob, and nothing seemed to work for that show. Like, people are just... It's a combination of people dropping Viacom on cable channels, like there are smaller cable outlets dropping Viacom, and that's dropping their ratings. And it's another combination of people just don't believe in Nickelodeon anymore. They either don't care to give them a chance, which is a shame for something like Harvey Beaks, or they're not getting boost in ratings from even the other shows that are. And Nickelodeon needs to basically... They're basically hitting the panic button and saying, okay, we still, even though that this wasn't true even like a year ago, we still care about our classics, we still care about our old fans, we need our old fans back because our ratings are doing horribly, they've continued to drop throughout the quarters, and I think Hey Arnold is basically their way of trying to bring some good news heading into 2016.
Bring
Yay.
back the
You know what this is reminding me of now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Excuse me. Just put that there. Right there. Must be perfect. Never clean. Never clean.
The past never happened. I'm in control of my life.
The fuck?
What's going on? What?
There was a John Tron quote.
Oh, right.
Good old John Sean and good old
If they
Spazzy
bring
George.
back... Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
If they can bring back a Vader Zim, I'd be amazed. I'd be over the moon if they bring back.
Honestly,
Back on the comic book.
Quite honestly, I'm stunned that they even brought back Invader Zim in comic form.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, I will take that because I wasn't even sure that they would get that.
Yeah.
So in terms of Invader Zim, I'm glad we got the comic. If they bring back Invader Zim for like a special like Invader Div, the movie that was canceled, I'd be fine with that as long as Jonan's on board. As far as cartoons I want to see, I'd like to see maybe the one I really want to see is Danny Phantom. Honestly,
Definitely.
Yeah, that would be
Butch
good.
wants to Butch wants to bring it back. Fairly Odd Parents has run its course. It ran its course 5 years ago, uh, even maybe even longer than that. It's at the point where Butch is basically begging to see Danny Phantom again. There was going to be more to the story, and Nickelodeon cut it off at the knees. It was supposed to have a whole other season, and overall, I think that Nickelodeon really would benefit from having Danny Phantom back because another thing that Danny Phantom brings that the cartoon world is kind of lacking is more of a superhero show, like with more action. Like there's a lot of comedy in Danny Phantom, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of shows lacking. Steven Universe is kind of getting there, but they're not there yet. Of like really like interesting like superhero fights, like action sequences and
Yeah.
like overall interesting villains and I'm not complaining about the shows that we have because Adventure Time can do that, and We
What
Are
they
There is
want.
great, but I think that like in terms of like good versus evil in like a constant even flow, like Danny always fighting new villains and always going back to the classic ones, I think that Nickelodeon could really benefit from Danny Phantom coming back.
Yeah, definitely.
Other shows that I think could come back are maybe because I'm part of the revival project for it. I wouldn't mind seeing Jimmy Neutron come back just to completely annul what the damage that Planet Sheen did. I would like to see. I guess I think it's kind of a given that they're going to bring Rugrats back in some fashion because
Yeah.
Rugrats is a franchise dynasty that they've always had. It's still popular today. I mean, I don't know what they would do with it because they've already did All Grown Up, and the main series kind of ran a course. But I could see them bringing back the main series as long as it doesn't look like horrible. Like I would want Klasky Skabo back for it. I'd like to see something like close to the original animation.
Yeah.
Um, People said that maybe if they bring it back, maybe they have the babies as adults and their own kids, like as a sort of legacy, doing what they used to do as babies, which I wouldn't mind.
That
Uh,
actually would be interesting.
if it was done right, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a legacy sort of like that because not only would you have the classic Rugrats in the shoes of their old parents, but you'd have a new generation of kids that could relate to the new babies. So I wouldn't mind that at all.
What?
If it's written right.
Invader Zim?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I don't know.
He said something about
Something about
Invader
Invader
Zim.
Zim, it kind of got blocked off. I don't know what he's trying to say.
As far as I said about Invader Zim, yeah, I'm just glad we got the comic. And if we got a revival of Invader Zim again, as long as Jahonen was on it, I wouldn't mind it. But again, I'm just happy with the comic because the comic has been great. The comic has really stayed true to what Invader Zim was as a cartoon. And I believe that, I wouldn't mind comics for other Nickelodeon shows. Like, My Life as a Teenage Robot would be a fantastic comic just because of the style.
I actually like to see that
Oh,
too.
I would agree with that one.
Hmm.
One that I would like to see, and I know, feel free to openly go, no, 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 no,
Go
no.
on, Jacob. Tell us your idea.
What the hell is happening to this podcast?
A lot of things.
Everything. The one that I would kind of like to see
What the
brought
crap
back.
is that?
It appears to be a stuffed rabbit.
It's a demonic stuffed rabbit, is what it appears to
Looks
be.
like a turtle.
Hey, you
Oh,
just
rabbit.
The being or something. Anyways,
Oh, boy.
Anyway, Jacob, please
Anyway,
continue.
Yeah, please continue so we don't have to look at that anymore.
And the reason why I say probably not is just because it had been revived before and it failed miserably.
Get on with it!
Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, I actually like to see that.
Yeah.
The one thing with Ren and Stimpy is John Kay has a very bad reputation these days with networks. It would all be about if he came back and did it, could he overall could the networks trust him is the big thing with me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they could honestly. Billy West said he'd never work with John Kay again, so that's kind of a road bump there.
Bob Camp would. The only person I think would actually like Nickelodeon would probably trust with it is Bob Camp. Even his run wasn't that well loved. I mean, I didn't mind it myself, but I can totally understand somebody people if they brought it back but had Bob Camp on the board instead of John Kay. I could definitely see some people going, no, they didn't. No, oh fuck.
Well,
But
here's the thing about Ren and Stimpy. They do continue to reference Ren and Stimpy to this day on Nickelodeon. They don't try to shove it into the past. They don't act like it didn't exist, even after Adult Party Cartoon happened. So, with that in mind, they acknowledge that it exists. They acknowledge that it still has a ton of fans, and they acknowledge that it is an original Nicktoon. So, there is a possibility that it could be bought back. It's just a matter of who's in charge and how they would do it.
Yeah.
Because there is a high possibility that John Kay would not be involved in the project.
which in some regards that may be depressed, it may be bad, but in some regards,
That's one thing I factor in with these revivals is can the creators come back? And in terms of Klasky Coupeau with Rugrats and Butch Hartley with Danny Phantom and Jahonen even with Invader Zim, I think that they could. It's just all about if they want to and if they feel like that they could continue the story in some fashion. And Ren and Stimpy didn't really have a story, so that helps it. It kind of was just episode to episode, like SpongeBob kind of. They had some returnings of plot, but I believe that they could bring it back if they really wanted to. But it all depends on who would be in charge and how they would do it.
Well, I mean, if they did bring it back, they'd have to make sure that every episode was turned in on time.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, with the possibility of Nickelodeon shows being revived, it opens up a whole window of speculation and possibility to these shows that could get because Nickelodeon has maybe the worst track record I've ever seen of ending a show. They only have 15 shows in their entire lifetime, live action and cartoon, that have gotten justified ends.
I think Avatar's one of them.
Yeah, Avatar is one of them. As Told by Ginger's another. But there have been a lot of shows that haven't gotten a justified end on Nickelodeon, and due to that, there is an opening for a lot of Nickelodeon shows to come back.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. George?
I kind of, yeah.
There is technically, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 21 times 67. So there's roughly around about 80 shows. Well, after about 80, yeah, around about 80 shows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very bad ratio that they have in terms of it's all right in terms of finishing shows and doing things like that. It's very bad track record for Nickelodeon. So if they were to bring these shows back and finish them off, even in a movie or a special, I think it would make a lot of fans very happy, or at least content if they were done right. Again, that's one factor Nickelodeon has to prove that they can do right, is writing them right and doing them right, because they have been so bad at writing shows lately that they need to prove that they can keep bringing these shows back and do it again.
Finishing them.
And I think that Hey Arnold is in good hands in terms of that, because Craig's on the case and a lot of the original cast is coming back. But in terms of something like if they brought back a Ren and Stimpy, I wouldn't trust Breadwinner's writers with the show. I wouldn't trust Sanjay and Craig writers with the show. So if Ren and Stimpy came back, there would need to be people who worked on the original show and know the original humor and what Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy was to really make it like worth watching again.
Yeah.
I trust people from the games run before I trust anybody from Sons and Gregor Breadwinners.
Well, yeah. I would I don't know. Again, it's all about if they can. It's all about if they can write it and if they can keep it consistent. So overall, I'm excited for the Hey Arnold movie and I'm excited for the opportunities that this opens up. But I don't know. It's all going to factor in with the revivals. Who's coming back? Who's going to write it? What's it going to look like, especially? And what's it going to be, a movie, a special, or everything is going to be continuity to the original? Like all these things will factor into people's overall response to it. And since Hey Arnold's continuing where the series left off, the response has been very positive. Because something like Teen Titans Go, not continuing a series that never ended, was responded to very negatively.
No, really, I never noticed.
Well, not continuing from the original series was the least of Teen Titans Go's problems.
And the problem,
trust me,
and the
I've
problem
talked
is,
about
I
that
hate
way
the-
too much.
sorry, I hate the new style.
I think everyone
Doesn't
does.
everybody does?
Isn't that
Even
right?
I think the creators themselves hate the new style.
I like the old style because it was very well done, very drawn, and it had to bloody work on it, and it doesn't seem like it's being pumped out very easily.
Yeah, exactly.
So it had to
Oh,
work on it.
I will say one
I
thing.
mentioned it before when I did the review on the two-part episode where Weird Al was guest voicing his dark side. I made a mention that on my review of that one at the very end is that there's basically no point in criticizing Teen Titans Go how much you hate it, because as long as it gives Cartoon Network the profits they're getting, there is no way they're going to pull the plug on that one.
Isn't that just lovely?
Here's the
And
thing.
from
I don't care.
from the conference, their investors earlier a few months ago, it is likely that Teen Titans Go, along with Be Cool Scooby Doo, would continue up until 2020.
I heard that was a fake article, though.
So I don't know, but it still stands at least that
Here's where I stand on it. I don't
everyone,
care
Teen Titans Go is still one of their biggest shows. I mean, recently right now, it's only within the
I understand that, but here's
they want to
Stop
but it's
talking!
still toxic for the network. So there's no reason. There's no reason for just because everybody hates it. Unless they're tracking that their other CNN originals are topping Teen Titans Go in terms of ratings and advertising revenue.
Damn.
So I missed half that because you were lagging out and in.
What the fuck?
What is going on?
Don't know.
That must have an internet connection, but the short answer is, as long as it gives Cartoon Network money and a lot of money, they can't pull the plug on Teen Titans Go. If anybody can prove that at any time in the universe, regular show, or even Clarence gives Cartoon Network more money than Teen Titans Go, they have no reason to pull the plug on Teen Titans Go.
All right. So, Gene, do you mind if I can ask you a couple questions more about that?
Brilliant.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's my stance on it. I don't care how much money it makes Cartoon Network. I don't care if it's pointless to hate it. There are legitimate reasons why I hate it and why I will say it's a piece of shit, and I will continue to say it's a piece of shit because it is a piece of shit. Teen Titans Go is a piece of shit. I don't care. It's horribly made. The creators are horrible people in a lot of ways. Sure, the one good thing I can give them is, yeah, they're helping a kid with a Make-A-Wish, and that's really nice. I've actually talked to the mother of that Make-A-Wish, and she appreciated my support for that overall. But overall, to the fans and their overall creative mindset, they come off as jackasses a lot of the time. The original voice cast, I have no fault with them of doing the show because they're doing their best. They're bringing as much emotion as they can to a horrible script. But the writing is terrible, the animation is terrible, and the plots are terrible. Everything about it is bad. The only thing that I find solace in is I've heard rumors that Teen Titans Go is basically a test to see if Teen Titans can be popular again and bring the original show back. So if it brings the hard numbers and the hard profits, I hope that we can see a finish to the original series.
They don't make it
Because
Speaking of which, Clint, there was a mention that that Warner Brothers might be doing a movie based on Teen Titans Go.
Ooh.
based on Teen Titans
Wait. Stop. Hold the horses. Hold everything. What did you just say?
Warner Brothers might consider doing a live-action film based on Teen Titans.
Ooh.
Okay, Teen Titans. You said Go. That was confusing.
I said Titans. So these are just rumors after all, because ever since the Warner Brothers have lifted their policy that no TV characters can appear in the movie and vice versa, that means you can pretty much have, quite theoretically, but possibly, Superman and Arrow and still have Superman in the movies, played by Cavill. So in this sense, it's now an open ground that rumors are working out that they might do a movie based on the Teen Titans series. Now, version of Teen Titans is still up in the air, and I'm still wondering whatever happened to that other live-action Teen Titans that was supposed to air on TNT.
I heard it's kind of. I'd say they're still in development, or it's in developmental hell.
It's still in development.
As far as I know, I just want to see the original Teen Titans finished. If the original Teen Titans was finished, I think Go would have a lot less hatred, because they're playing off a series that was never finished, and that's been a big problem for it. Honestly, I just want to see the original Teen Titans finished, and more importantly, I want to see Young Justice continued.
Guys,
As far as that happens, I do like to see Young Justice and Teen Titans.
what the hell
original,
is he doing?
That remains to be
What the
seen
hell is
whether
he doing?
DC Entertainment plans to go to that far. Because remember, right now DC Nation is dead, and what's replaced now is DC Kids, which is basically a series of shows from both DC and Hanna-Barbera aimed at the younger audience. And among those is, of course, Be Cool Scooby-Doo and Teen Titans Go. Now, if they were to bring back the original Teen Titans or the Young Justice, I would bet that if they do want to bring it back, they will not put it under the DC Kids line, but rather have to be part of something, perhaps most likely on the direct-to-video series that they have with the New 52.
Well, if they bring Teen Titans, I hope that Justice League show that's apparently in development is also good. I've heard good things about that as well.
To the Justice League action thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping that does well as well, basically. I've heard good things about it, and overall, I'm just hoping that can be maybe a start to bringing back something like Teen Titans or Young Justice if that succeeds.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. In the meantime, enjoy seeing more of Lady Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, good job on Hey Arnold coming back. Hopefully, it can open the door in a good way for other shows to get their justified end. Hopefully Nickelodeon doesn't screw it up. Hopefully Russell Hicks can keep his goddamn mouth shut and his face away from it. But yeah, overall, it's good news for me to see Hey Arnold come back after all the effort a lot of people went to get it back, writing the Nickelodeon starting pages, me helping them any way I could. Basically, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is.
And now we've got Google Plus Unfriended going on, or whatever this is.
What's going on with why are you having a box with an app?
Oh, many reasons, in fact. Mind giving me some more info about that? You mind saying that whole Teen Titans Go going and Scooby-Goo thing going on until 5 years or so now?
Yeah, he did say that.
All right. That's good.
Oh god.
Network.
Oh!
Damn!
Damn, son.
You should have used the DVD.
This is for Warner Brothers. This is for Nickelodeon.
Yay!
Damn it!
And he missed.
This for Disney for other reasons. And
Break his bin.
Sony
Quick, what are they doing? Going fast!
Damn.
Damn, he got some anger issues.
God!
George,
I think, honestly, this is just George normally.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
George, please bring the computer back inside.
Oh, it's not going back inside anytime soon, Jacob, because now I get to be the real me now, and you all get to witness it happen right before your very eyes.
What county does he live in? If I may ask, what state does he live in?
New York.
Okay, I've got to check out. Have you got the Psycho Wars in New York?
Close to me.
Any chance?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or does every podcast I join go more and more off the rails as it continues?
I don't know. That includes me, I expect, as well.
Well, let's end this before George turns the axe on himself.
Oh God!
Don't worry, Kilgrave is dead, so he won't be commanded to do that.
Yeah, surprising. I actually got a book here saying, King, what do you do in an emergency? But I don't know if I got any section about an axe-wielding maniac.
Full disclosure, George, you should totally bring this up in your in the description of the video.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Well, full disclosure, people, this is not me acting like I normally do. This is just me putting on a show for you guys because I thought since we didn't do a Halloween special, I thought we'd do one right now.
Yeah, okay.
Doing it even later than The Simpsons. But
Yeah. Anyway,
overall, I'm gonna have a fun time describing what's being explained on the podcast if I put this on the page again. Let's see, we got Hey Arnold revivals, we got Lauren Faust off the movie, we got George hitting shit with an axe.
Don't forget Find Dora.
We got random beeps from Ryoga. We got so many great things. We got my cat. We got my cat meowing in the background and won't shut up.
we got Mr. Bun Bun over here, or should I say Miss Judy Hopps? Isn't that right? Yeah, Jacob.
I wish I got such a gold webcam. Next week I am so investing into a webcam because you would love to see my face what I'm doing now. I'm just face palming myself and got a gun against my head here.
Oh jeez. Well, on that note, that sounds like a good thing to end on.
Yeah, that sounds like a
I
great thing.
think so. And actually, I got a book here saying what you do in an emergency.
Oh my God! I just realized something. This entire thing we haven't actually gotten on over our entire thoughts on this.
Okay, guys. I know I'm actually reading Warner Brothers press release right now on their distribution plans for the next 4 years, all the way to 2020. And among their distribution plans, Beat Kill Scooby-Doo, the Tom and Jerry's show, and Teen Titans Go as ranked as the #1 show in its time slot against all kids networks.
Oh, really?
So this is their release to investors, mind you. And their other plans is, of course, the upcoming movies: Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League Part 1, The Flash, Aquaman, Shazam, Justice League Part 2, Cyborg, and Green Lantern. Those are all the movies we expect that coming for the next 4 years. And the TV shows that mentioned are also planned to continue for the next 4 years, along with The Voice, The Big Bang Theory, Arrow, The Flash, Gotham, The Middle, Mom, Pretty Little Liars, The Vampire Diaries, and The Bachelor, and The Ellen DeGeneres.
Really pretty.
So yes,
Good for fucking
more Titans and Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Sorry, John.
Should we
There's some more stuff.
for the end of time? Can I please discuss my own thoughts on this personal matter, or should I get the axe back?
Get the axe back.
You know what? That's it. I quit.
Like you said last year.
No, I'm leaving.
Last week you said you're gonna quit.
Right here. Yeah, you know, I try. You just gotta, you can't get any respect for vision. You know, top end.
On the bright side, guy, you're gonna have 3 more Lego films under the Warner Brothers banner.
Good.
Oh my God.
it's gonna start with the Ninjago movie, then the Lego Batman
All right, this
movie,
has been the
then
Master
the
Chief
Lego movie.
podcast, and we're going to be signing off right now because we okay can stop talking for 5 seconds.
Please do.
Anyway, it's been the Master Chief
we-
podcast with me, your host George Barron. Joining me tonight, I had Thomas, Ryoga, Proto, Jacob, and Clint.
Hey!
Clint, it's great to have you again. See you guys next week.
This has been a insane experience again.
Yes, like always.
Peace.
Peace
Like to
out.
hear it for now.
Goodbye.